I just mixed up 6 batches of homemade pudding mix that's better than any box you'll ever find, and you flavor it to be whatever flavor your little heart desires. Let me show you how to do it. Well, it's been rainy weather today and I wanted a cozy snack this afternoon, which I thought, let's make some homemade vanilla pudding. This mix that we're gonna mix up makes 6 batches, so you might have to control yourself. Don't eat it all at once, right? So we're gonna start with 1 cup of just dry milk powder, 3/4 of a cup of white sugar. Remember, before you panic about how much sugar, this makes 6 batches, so don't panic. 3/8 of a cup or 6 tablespoons of cornstarch. That's what gives it the slurry texture. 3/8 of a cup and 6 tablespoons are the same thing. So if you don't have an 1/8 cup measurer, do 6 tablespoons. And then a pinch of salt. Now that's all of the ingredients for the dry mix. And this, again, 6 batches. So I'm gonna mix this up, and then on my stove, I have warming 1 cup of just whole milk. I always get asked, why do you put milk powder in it if you're gonna use whole milk? Why not just skip that part? I just like it extra creamy, that's why. That's why it's my favorite way to make it. So, to make this, we are going to use 1 cup of milk warmed. We're going to add 3/8 of a cup of this mix to that. Stir it in and let it get warm. We're gonna simmer it until it will coat the back of a spoon without just all running off like a liquid. Then you know that the cornstarch has done its job to thicken it up like pudding. Then we're gonna add a little bit of vanilla to it. Now, if you wanted chocolate, you could add some cocoa powder. You could add a little espresso powder, that would be good. If you wanted lemon, you could squeeze some fresh lemon juice in there or add a little. Sorry, I got a phone call and it messed up my audio. So for lemon, you could add a little bit of lemon extract or lemon rind or some lemon juice. If you wanted to do an almond flavor, you could add some almond extract, or you could even do maple extract, and cinnamon would be great. So let's move over to the stove and put this together. Okay, my milk is starting to get warm, so I'm going to add 3/8 cup or 6 tablespoons of this mix to it. 2/8, 3/8, and look how much I have left over for 5 other batches. That's a lot. And I'm just going to give it a good stir and let it sit here and warm and let those ingredients do their thing. Okay, and then once it gets to the point that it's thickening up and it will coat the back of the spoon without just all running off, then we know we are in good shape. Let me show you how thick that is. Now, as it cools, it will thicken more, but see how it's not just milk anymore? It's a little bit thicker, so I've turned my heat off, and I'm gonna let it cool a little bit before I taste it, because right now it's real, real hot. And as I let it cool, it will thicken. To this, now that I've removed it from the heat, I'm going to add some of my homemade vanilla. If you haven't made homemade vanilla before, you need to watch the video. If you want to learn how to gift homemade vanilla, you can still make it now and it'll be ready for Christmas. So right now you've got, what, 7 months? So you've got time to make homemade vanilla for Christmas gifts. So I'm just gonna put a little splash. I'm not gonna measure it. That was maybe a teaspoon worth, not a bunch, but you do you. You put as much or as little as you want in there. And then you could dish this up into whatever you're going to serve it in. Pop it in the fridge, and you've got vanilla. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. And you've got vanilla pudding ready to go. I'm not even gonna let it cool completely before I taste it, but I am gonna let it cool enough that I can taste it and don't ruin all my taste buds. Let's give it a try. Okay, if you love bread pudding, this is like the custard that a bread pudding is soaked in. It reminds me of what we had when I was a kid, before we bought things in a box and made them from a package. The homemade version. It's always so much better. I hope you try it out, and I hope you have the best day.